Yep. And that's the only way I could do it because otherwise you're all going to talk at me and I'm never going to get through my slides. So this is self-preservation and it's also me trying to make sure that you guys get value out of this. Karen, would you drop this drive link in the chat,
Oh yeah, hang on a
please?
second.
And if you can do that, I will also drop it into YouTube.
Is it the same one as you? It's not the same one as
It's the
yesterday.
same one. It's the
Oh, it
same
is.
one.
Yeah.
I've
All
just
right.
added more. In
Oh,
fact, I
you've
can
added it
probably
anyway. Great.
do it
Perfect. Hang
myself.
on a second.
Here you go. I got it. And I'm
Okay.
also going to put it into the Google Drive all the with all the labs. It's here.
Perfect.
And I'm going to
Right. Oh, we.
pin that. Okay. So, did nobody have questions? Anyone with questions? You're welcome to ask them. Other than, have you got the Google Drive?
Maybe just
Graka,
maybe
the
just
drive's there. Yesterday was very introductory. We just did a little bit of, can you do a prompt in Gemini? How do we create a simple image? How do we create a notebook? If you didn't have time, go back and watch the notebook one. I think that was module two. Module two and module three, we will actually use some of those outputs today. So let's go grab that. And haha, no, I don't want you guys to ask me questions about this on LinkedIn. Thank you very much. That's why you're here live. I'm evil. LinkedIn is for if you want to hire me to do all the AI for your company. Absolutely, I'll do it. Um, but yeah, sorry, Rick.
and
I'm mean that way.
if anyone wants to watch, not now, listen to Maya today, but after this session, if you want to recap on yesterday's session, I've just put the YouTube link in the chat.
Yes, thank you. And today's session also we're live streaming right now. So, after the session's done, you can always go over there and watch if you've got any remaining doubts. And the labs, of course, are already in the folders, so you can just follow those. I should probably share my screen. That would be such a brilliant idea.
Hmm.
All right, screen share. No, I keep showing up with this. And here's our Google Drive. You don't need to see my Calendly, new tab. I'll leave Google one there and gammas. Okay, so as you can see in the Google Drive, you've got all of there's one course, AI Fundamentals. I didn't put labs in for that one, but the full AI Fundamentals presentation is in there. So go ahead and watch that if you're completely new to Google and Gemini. I don't think anyone's in that position, but if you are. And then yesterday's labs were AI for brainstorming and planning, for research and insights, and for writing and communication. Today, we're going to do the remaining three, AI for content creation, for data analysis, and for actually building an app. Yes, we're going to build an app today. Very simple app, but we will build one. Any questions before we start? And yes, this is completely Gemini focused. And Jim has shared an app. Cool.
Hmm.
I'm debating whether I want to share the complete presentation on Google on the G Drive. Haven't decided yet. But I'm also going to open up, if you go into course 5, AI for content creation, open up the lab there, labs and prompts, so that as we're working through it, we can do that live. And if my gamma would load, then I can present. There we go. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Following on from yesterday, today is just taking everything that we did yesterday and going to the next level with that. First of all, we're going to talk about content creation. This is, of course, something that pretty much everyone should be doing. If you're not doing, think about why you're not doing it. because the bottom line is it's all about personal branding now, right? Also, think about it. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking to hire people, they need a way to know who you are, what you do. So if you are active on social media, they can look you up and say, oh, this person's talking about XYZ. This is the kind of thing I want. And they can, it gives them more of a reason to talk to you. Whether that's, you could do LinkedIn, you could do Instagram. Those are the two big ones. Um, no one's stopping you from going on TikTok and Threads and X and everywhere else as well. But that's not the focus today. Today is just about making the content. Okay, so we're going to generate a little mascot and then animate it into a welcome video. Oh, and one thing I should tell you, we do need um, the paid version of Gemini for this, or at least the free trial. And I did not say this out loud, but what you can do is go into Coursera, sign up for a free trial, and that gives you access to 3 months of the Google Pro for free. One thing is Coursera is a 7-day trial. Please remember to cancel it by day 5 or 6 so that it doesn't charge your credit card. But that's a way to get your 90 days for free. Why are we using the prompts? Rohan, I think you asked me the same question yesterday, except you asked why are we copy pasting them? The reason for using the prompts is literally to get an output, right? Our prompts today and yesterday were all focused around this. I forget what we're calling it, bright line analytics. And a and the idea is that we are trying to create a better onboarding system for Brightline. Think about how you would use something like this, not necessarily an onboarding system for new hires, but whatever it is that you need. Maybe you've got a document flow that needs to get improved. Use Gemini for that, or any AI. Okay, so this is the session roadmap. We're going to do a little bit of mascot image and a video. I think plus might be enough, Hafir. We're going to convert a dense document into a leadership report. We're going to refine some slides, the slides we created yesterday, or we can just create new slides today with a notebook. And then in number 4 is you're going to diagnose what went wrong with the flyer and draft a constructive response. Okay, this is the kind of thing you will do in a job, right? Someone brings you something, you have to analyze and figure out, is that good enough? Maybe you hired a consultant or a freelancer to create something for you. Is it good enough? Is it acceptable? The bottom line is you are the creative director. You've got to verify the facts and you've got to use your own judgment. One thing we do is we brainstorm in the text, then we generate an image and we animate it, right? Animation, of course, we're going to use Veo, which is really good actually. And like with yesterday's prompts, the more specific you are, the better results you get. Having said that, I'm going to step back and say, if you're using Claude, I've been using Claude Fable this past few days just because it's available for trial. If you give Claude Fable too much detail, that confuses it. It's like it thinks it has to go even deeper, which means you use up a lot of tokens. So be careful. Of course, today is the last day for Claude Fable for anyone to use it for free, beyond, or not for free, but to use the credits you already have. Starting tomorrow, I think you're going to have to pay for it as API usage. Unless they change their mind at the last minute again, which they did last on the 7th, 5 days ago. Okay, so again, I hope you've got your computers open, Gemini signed in. We are going to go to gemini.google.com and follow along. Those of you who don't have AI Pro or Plus yet, in the break between this class and the next, I'll give you a 5-minute break or 8-minute break at the end of this course and go grab a Coursera freebie, free trial. It's worth it, right? Use a Google account where you've not already used Coursera, or use an email where you've not already used Coursera. and where you've not already activated that free trial. Okay, so I'm going to do what this says, go into Gemini. Oh, I had Gemini there already. Hi, Maya, what's on your mind? AI, Gemini is AI, it can make mistakes. Thank you. And I'm going to my Google Drive if I can find it. Yes. Open up the prompt. Oh, it was already open. So in the new chat, we're pasting, I want to create a mascot. Put your own company name in if you want, or a fictitious company name. I'm going to say Brightline Analytics is boring. Loom Time Social Media, a social media management company. You don't need to be watching me. You need to be doing this on your own. And again, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Oh, good. There's only one person watching on YouTube, or two or three. Folks who are watching on YouTube, please do drop your questions in the chat there too. We'll keep an eye on that and respond as we get the chance. Okay. Loom Time Social Media. It gave me a professional Oliver the Owl, creative fox. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the playful bud. How did it know that? Okay. I don't know why it decided that this is definitely being recorded. You can watch it even now if you drop off the call and can't get back in. Just go over to YouTube and watch the live stream. And it says, I like the idea of the owl mascot. I personally I'm going to go with that other one, but copy paste that from your lab 2. And just go ahead and, okay, I want the playful sidekick. I'm giving it different adjectives. I want it flamboyant. I have no idea what that's going to show up with. If I'm going too fast, tell me to slow down, but I don't have a whole lot of time to slow down. Just FYI. Okay. Make it look more humanoid, not like an M&M. Sorry, I have strong opinions about this. Right? Now, where's my lab going? All right. And we're asking, wait, wasn't it supposed to give us a range? See, it doesn't always do what you want. You were supposed, no, it did give me a range, and then I chose one. Much better. Okay. So you chose one, you generated the image, and then you need to download the image because you're going to need that. So just see the thing there, download full size, or if you want, you can click on here, go in and make any edits you want, and then download. I'm just going to download. This is not a friendly owl. I didn't like the friendly owl. Rohan's asking, how is it a friendly owl? Ha, it's not. Okay, back to the presentation. We've generated the image, we've downloaded the image. Now we want to create a video. So we can start a new chat this time. I wonder what would happen. When you get time, guys, you can try asking it right in here to make it a video. Okay, but attached is our new onboarding mascot. I'm going to just start a new chat and paste that in there. I suppose I should actually paste it. Upload the files. Agreed, whatever, it's your own file. I don't care. You can't copyright ding me for something that you created, I hope. What did I call it? Bloom time. Social media management. So are you all able to do this? Drop it in the chat if you're able to follow along. If you're having any issues, let me know. Okay. Oh, wait, was I supposed to select video? Haha, I should have selected create videos. I'm going to guess that it's going to do that anyway without me having said so. But let's find out. It says I'm generating a video. What we should have done is click plus and say create video from there. And just for fun, I'm going to try that again. Gemini.google.com. Let's go create video. This is the official way. Yes, thank you. Let's upload that same file one more time. Paste in the same text. And let's see the quality of the videos. Are they any better, different? The link to the Google Drive. Where'd it go? Oh, that's a spreadsheet. I have no idea where my Google Drive went. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Karen. Okay, so this is the video I did without clicking on tools. Could you guys hear that? Drop a 1 in the chat if you heard it.
No.
Oh, good. Huh. In that case, oh, look at this. This could take a few minutes. This is the one where I said, where I clicked the tools and pulled up create video from there. It's trying to give me a more personalized experience. I don't know. Yes, I know. Thanks, Lola. And she is right, so I'm going to stop share, start share again, and this time share sound.
Maya, are you using a pro account?
I am.
Okay, so some people are saying if they don't have the pro account, they're not able to do that. They don't have.
Like I said, join Coursera, turn off the join and then unsubscribe within 5 days. Turn it off, turn it off. Audio is, well, I don't know that it's that. Audio settings. Seriously? No. Okay. I'm going to pretend you guys are going to be able to hear.
Hi there! I'm Bloom. Welcome to the team. Welcome to Bloom Time Social Media Management.
Ooh, too loud, guys? Well, so
It's fine. It's fine.
okay. And this was the first
Our
guy.
team. Let's make your social there. Welcome to Bloom Time Social Media Management. I'm Bloomer. We're thrilled to have you on our team.
Yeah, it would have helped if I had actually given it a name, wouldn't it? So in one video, it's Bloomer, and the other one, I'm Bloom. Again, be consistent, give it more detail. And I honestly, the more I think about it, I do not like that flower on the top of its head. But this was an example. You can absolutely create way better videos, right? Please tell me yes. But the bottom line is this was an example. You got a little clip that you could put into a welcome email. Minor detail with welcome email. If it's internal, it's fine. But if you're sending it out to clients and things like that, some servers, email servers, think it's spam if you um, include video links. Not always, but some of them. Be careful. All right. So what did you do? Did you all get? Yeah, of course you can. Um, Robert saying, can you modify or add the script for the character through prompting too? Yes, absolutely. And there's no questions on YouTube, so we're good. And back to Zoom. Okay. So again, practice this when you get chance, because as with everything, right? The more you do these, the better you get. If nothing else, go talk to your friends and make a little cartoon video of something or the other. It'll be fun. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get some docs and convert them to slides. Yeah, we're going to get a report, ground it in the document, and ask it for a deck based on that document. Okay, open onboarding program launch report.pdf. And I presume I'm going to need my drive, aren't I? Okay, this is course 5, sample docs, number 1. That's what I want. And again, we'll start a new chat for this because we're doing something completely different this time. So you don't need Google AI Pro. We're ready for this. Attach the launch report.pdf. That's this first one here, first document. So we're going to attach that. So again, new chat, attach the video. I'm going to add it from Google Drive. Yeah, go ahead. Is that this one or another one? Okay, share it with me. There we go. There's 5. Sample docs, launch, number 1. Okay, uploaded that. Grab my labs and prompts. This is lab 2, so go there. Click tools, canvas. Yes, that's a good idea. Acting as an expert. Let me create a text-only slide. Right, it would have been helpful if I had actually done what they said, which was select canvas. Let's try that again. Canvas is used for designing things. It's actually used more for after you design something, then you can reroute it into different channels. That's literally what we're going to do again. So let me try Gemini. This time, let's get Canvas pulled up first. Upload that same file again. No, not upload. I want it from Google Drive. Yes. Do you have to ask me that every time? Right, and it's hiding. Course 5, sample docs, number 1. And let's paste in that same prompt. Okay, is everyone else ahead of me done? Folks on YouTube, are you done? All right, it's thinking. And as you can see, it's pulled up the launch report. This is great. On YouTube, I only have my own comments. No one else has questions, okay? And here's slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. Very nice. What else do we do now? Now, why did we ask for text only? Because we didn't want to waste more time. Plus, we're going to use this in module 3. At that time, we'll figure it out. Now, what you should be doing again is always check against the report that you uploaded to make sure that it's actually getting the right data. Does it have the right dates? Does it have the costs correct? All of that is important to check. All right. Now, of course, we're going to do the editor slide. This is what, following on to what Rohan was saying with the, not Rohan, Robert, adding and editing the, modifying the character generated. We're going to do that same sort of thing here. And you're just going to target any slide, third slide, fourth slide, whatever, and basically do it in real time. And you change the colors to, going to go really garish. Fuchsia and turquoise, please. This is just me showing you that we can do edits. It doesn't mean this is what you have to do. Fuchsia and turquoise is not a combination most sane people would want to have, especially not for a business. But on the other hand, if you run a childcare, that wouldn't be a bad thing. And it's so kind. It's actually telling me what it'll do. It'll be ready in a few minutes. Yay. What's your favorite color combination? Anyone? I like fuchsia. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt that's kind of fuchsia today. It's pink, not fuchsia. Oh, look at that. That's very pretty. Yellow, purple, love that combination. Yes. Dark blue and orange. I don't think I've tried that myself. All right. You know what? This isn't half bad. I thought it would be way more garish. Okay. This was not black and gold, very stylish. This is not the kind of thing we're supposed to be checking for. You're actually supposed to be checking, the content. But hey, color is as valid a thing. And especially if you've got brand colors, you probably should give it the brand colors up front so that it's able to use them. I did not connect Gemini with Canva. This is Canvas. Okay. Now here's the thing. We can retarget this for a new audience, right? So now we can just say, change this deck to be for new hiring managers. This is the same prompt that's in your labs and prompts. I'm just copying it straight off here because I can. And I'm dropping that in the chat for you guys. Dropping it in the chat for YouTube watchers as well. And coming back. I need to do this myself, don't I? Okay, paste that in there. This is for new hiring managers who need to know what's changing. Any questions so far, folks? Are you able to do this? Drop a 25 in the chat if you got stuck. And if you're dropping a 25, I want to know where you got stuck. Any of the attendees who didn't attend yesterday's training, are you able to follow along? I don't want you guys to feel like you got left behind. Sharp pink and elegant blue. Love it, Eva. That's great. Elegant blue. I'm trying to imagine. Ooh, elegant blue. To me, that would be more of a navy blue. But okay. All right. So now again, revisit this. Make sure it's doing, make sure the slides are worthwhile, right? Okay, so this is for a hiring manager. That's good. They are interested in how many days to productivity. You want me to revamp my own deck and upload it? Why? Christina, how will that help you? This is actually way more useful if you do your own. Because remember, you're starting from the same document. So the results you're going to get are going to be very similar, but different. They're not going to be identical. I'm going to encourage you to just do your own. Oh, of course you can. Yes. Sorry, I misunderstood. You're asking if you can revamp your own deck in future. Absolutely. You can extend it, enhance it, make it shorter. Not to mention this is in Canvas. So you can say now you can repurpose it, right? That original document, now you're looking at it with a different lens. Can you reframe this presentation to briefly describe what I need when I'm hiring someone new in the HR manager position? So one sentence does this whole thing. Can you move it to Claude Design and edit it there? Yes, of course. The results will be different, clearly. Anything you can do, like all of these are interchangeable, right? You could take a Gamma presentation, upload it into any of the LLMs. You can take a PowerPoint presentation, upload it, change it, and then export it in the correct format that you want. There you go. You've got a pro subscription there. Remember, Rohan, it's good that you're using ChatGPT to get the work done because that shows you understand all the stuff. But I would warn you to be a little bit careful when you're doing the quizzes, just in case there's anything in there that's specifically talking about Gemini. So I actually like their ChatGPT's latest version way better. Personally, that's just me. Okay. So, who was I talking to earlier? I've already forgotten. Christina. So Christina, as you can see, you can repurpose it however you want. You can make it shorter, longer. Like I said, now we're talking about onboarding a new hiring manager. And all of this, again, comes partly, or at least mostly, from the document that you uploaded. It's very focused. All right, so what did we learn? With a single prompt. Oh, there we go. I was ahead of myself. With a single prompt, we can retarget for a new audience. And I actually, great minds think alike. Look at this. Change the deck to be for hiring managers to know what's changing. Present it in fewer slides. We already did this. And the wrap up. What's the dense report that's sitting in your drive right now, or that you need to create and send out? This could be fun. Just literally be careful though when you're putting things into Gemini or any AI as usual. Don't put in proprietary information. Check what your company's policies are about putting data into an AI. You don't want your, top secret, your secret sauce to leak out into the world. Okay, so now module 3, we're actually going to refine the slides and generate more images. You already know this, right? One slide at a time, right where you're working. We're going to take a wall of text, make it short, scannable, headline and description pairs. And then we're going to create illustrations that go with that. Same color, same background, same style. Again, please stop me if I'm going too fast or if you have questions. And still no questions on YouTube. Awesome. YouTube folks, please drop your questions in the chat too. Oh, you know what? Do I have? No, I do. I thought for a second I only had top chat selected, but I have live chat. So if you drop a question, I'll see it. All right, so our new example. One slide in your onboard exported thing is still a wall of text. We'll rewrite it for scannability, then add 2 matching illustrations. So you had some slides that we exported. Maybe we should actually export it. Export to slides. There we go. That button up there, export to slides. Where's my slides? I said export. Ah, my chat is sitting on top of it. Thank you so much for that heads up, Christina. New slides created. Open slides. There's my slide. No, I don't want to download it. I changed my mind. Okay. So we can pick a slide and wall of text, wall of text. None of these are a wall of text. Oh, well, let's pretend this one's a wall of text. Or if you've got any of the original ones, open Gemini and slides. In fact, I'm actually going to do this. Ask Gemini in Canvas to create one slide, because that should hopefully be the wall of text slide that I'm looking for. Go back to Canvas. You can pick any slide you already have. You don't need to do this, what I'm doing. I'm just redoing it because I want a wall of text. Enhance this slide. Click it. See what happens. So Tatiana just asked what happens when you click enhance this slide. Why are you searching the web? Here's the document I uploaded. I'll go search the web. No worries, you can jump ahead. That's the whole point of labs like this, right? You go at your pace. Canvas is not just a slide or design focused. It does create your slides for you, but that it also lets you, like I said, redirect the perspective of that slide, of your deck, or your email that you created, or whatever. It's basically, it's a canvas. It's your idea exploration place. Well, this is not fun. It's annoying. Maybe I should have stuck with the original. Anyway, click the spark icon in the top right corner of Google Slides. Am I in Google Slides? Yes, I am. This is the spark icon. Click on that, and there's your Gemini. Refine your slide content. Enhance this slide, create a presentation. Create an engaging image. So you want to rewrite the slide text. I'd like to make this slide more readable. And that's always fun. And again, folks up on YouTube, please ask your questions as you encounter them. I won't know what you need if you don't ask. So I've said to give me 3 sets of short headlines and descriptions. Can it do that? Did it do that correctly for you? Drop a 1 in the chat. 3 sets of short headlines. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted a longer slide. And that is still thinking, still thinking. Wow. I don't think that's working, to be honest. So I'm going to kill that. And if you had a wall of text, this would hopefully be a lot more useful. So I want skill focused. Yes, since this is a slide deck for a hiring manager, I like the skills focused ones way better. If none of these is right, you can just say, you can just clarify it again, make it shorter, make the headlines more action oriented, whatever it is, it'll remember. It'll remember your context, I mean. Okay, and I'm just going to click insert on the one I like. Option 3. If you create a character with the Google Flow, you should be able to download it. That was for Kevin, yeah. Download it and then upload it into whatever platform. What are you using? HeyGen? No, 11 Labs? I actually found Synthesis AI Studio. Really powerful little tool. Okay, so there we go. It's done the slides. And I can choose to replace. Now we want to do a matching illustration. So this time we just tell it to generate an image. By the way, Kevin, 11 Labs is really, really good for voice. Just saying. And also to YouTube, I've uploaded the slides. No, not the slides. I've put the prompt in there. The prompt is generate an image to illustrate faster time to productivity. Make it white and the black background. No, not at all. Make it fuchsia. Why on earth would I go for white and make the dark brown background something else? This is just literally, again, showing you how to use the tools we have. Oh my, we are going really long on this. My mistake. Sorry, folks. I think today's session is going to extend a little bit beyond what I had planned since I'm only on lab 2. So again, this is just enhancing that one more little bit and saying, you know, you want to use the same style. Okay. Let's use that. And then I like the top option best. It was supposed to give me 3 options. It didn't. And scale this pattern. I gave it 2 prompts in a single thing. You can experiment like this, by the way. You don't have to follow everything one step at a time. Feel free to go weird. And again, if you're not asking questions, I'm going to assume that you're all happy. Now, when I look at YouTube, oh, that would be why, because I've got it there. Okay. Is it actually doing anything? Yes, it is. Woohoo. Go ahead and create images in the same style for all the content. I have to admit, I hate that image. That looks like a kid drowning. Not exactly the image I want to give to a new hire, but oh well. Tell me when you guys are done and we'll move on to module 4. And clearly we will go a little bit beyond the expected time. So we're going to be at least 15 minutes over time today, maybe half an hour. Awesome. One person's done. Thanks, Kirk. Christina's done. Anyone else? Do you guys like the slides you created? Do you like the images you got? Update the slides, please. I guess I wasn't clear enough. Did you guys' Gemini actually put the image into the slides? Oh, now it's realizing it needs to do that. Okay. Yes, Eva, you're right. It's a bit template-like, but again, this is introductory. So when you get back to your desk and do these, no, you won't be able to use these professionally. Why not? I'm going to push back on that. Ah, yes, it has a generic AI flavor. That's actually very fair. They all look extremely AI generated, and You'd need more time if you wanted to actually make these more natural looking. Yeah. On the other hand, if they're just there to give context, to give some kind of a visual to jazz up your slides, that's not so bad. Right, it can only do one at a time. In that case, put this latest image into slide 4. Okay, so it needs a little bit of babysitting. Not as smart as I thought it was. No, that's not it. In fact, why is that even open? Guys, all done? Give me some ones or give me some dones in the chat so I know we can move on. Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so now we're on to module 4, which is, I think, the last module in this. We're going to give feedback on someone else's design. This is, again, something you'll do all the time. We're going to make Gemini do most of the work again. Ask Gemini for the principles for this kind of asset. Then we'll upload the asset that's sitting in our sample docs and use this specific set of guidelines to do that, to critique it. Then we ask Gemini to turn the feedback into a constructive message. Yeah, it's no use just telling them, I hate it, redo it. That doesn't tell them what to do. So someone drafted a recruiting flyer, it feels off, but no one can say why. We go into Gemini and do that. And again, this one does not need Gemini Pro. So establish, again, we start with a fresh chat because this is a whole new thing. And I'm not impressed with this. It's supposed to have put the documents, the slides into the document. Did I make this so small it didn't have a slide 4? No, there's a slide 4. Okay, insert into the current slide. Prove you can actually do this. I'm usually kinder to the AIs, but today I'm not. Right, new chat time. All right. New chat. Let's copy in the prompt that says, you know, what are some guidelines? You all look so serious now that I'm looking at you in here. It would help if I knew where I was going. Yes, right there. Your response will be slightly different from mine, but it should have the same general flow. So now what we want to do is basically we want to upload the document that we have in sample docs. And then give it this prompt, new prompt here. Attach the flyer PDF first. So again, go into sample docs from Drive. I hate that it keeps asking me stupid questions. And this time we're taking the second one. That's the recruiting flyer. That's the one we're trying to. That's the one that we are trying to improve. Okay. Now I haven't looked at that doc, so I'm getting curious as to what it actually looks like. Anyone want to see it? Let's take a look. Benefits package, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's not a recruitment flyer. Okay. All right. The benefits are buried mid-paragraph. Job titles are extremely vague. The call to action, visit our careers page, but there's no URL, no link, just an email address. Yeah. Sorry, I guess I did forget to share that with you. Thanks. All right. So yeah, and exactly as predicted, it found the lack of visuals, no bullet points, no scannability, no message. Dense. Okay, now we want to draft the feedback note, right? We basically want to say, write a note to share these recommendations. And that needs to go to whoever created that. I'm going to be a little bit more wordy and say be constructive, not harsh. That's just because I like being kind to people. So again, very straightforward. It's just asking for a few quick adjustments. So this is basically a technique you can use for anything, right? Anytime you send something out to a vendor to provide, ask your AI for what's good acceptance criteria, double check internally what your acceptance criteria are, put that together into a set of docs that then you can give back to your AI and say, okay, now this is the output I got. Please analyze it based on this on this set of criteria and give me good feedback. You can also do this for your own stuff. It doesn't have to be a vendor. You come up with an idea and you can tell it to look back. And this is exactly a very important point. If someone gives you something, whether it's a student who's giving you their homework assignment or a friend who's followed up on something, if you don't give them feedback right away, people get frustrated. They assume you're not interested, even if it's just a rejection letter to a job, to an employee, to a candidate for a job. If you can tell them right away, sorry, you don't fit, they'll move on. As opposed to, I know some people who wait, they send out one resume and they wait and wait and wait to hear a response. That's not really helpful. If you are that kind of person, I'm going to say send out more resumes, a lot more. Customize your resumes to each job. And don't get hung up on any single job application. Even if you get to the interview stage, keep interviewing with other companies too. That was just my quick little side note there. Completely irrelevant. So today we've done multimodal work, right? You made a mascot, you animated it. Those who didn't animate it, you can do that later once you get your free trial of Google AI and of Google AI Pro or Plus. And again, your homework is put this into practice for your job, your school work, your college work, something you're doing at home. Maybe you're creating YouTube videos, do that. I'm going to give you guys five minutes, 6 minutes. Let's come back at 15 minutes after the hour. 45 minutes for those in India, and we'll tackle the next one. And I'll try to go faster on that. Any questions before we break? Going once, going twice. All clear. All right. Thanks, Eva. Gemini Pro. I think you should try them all. I actually really like Claude Design for websites. I'm torn between Nano Banana / VO versus ChatGPT for images. And for video, honestly, the best I still think is Kling, not these big AIs that do everything. And Midjourney is great for images. So, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, whatever your company pays for or you pay for. Video, Kling, Kling. And that is today's winner, in my opinion, but that could change tomorrow. Things change all the time in this industry. I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to turn off my camera. See you back in 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. And everybody else back as well. Let me know. Now, this is interesting. If I'm saying this here, why is this not showing up? Oh, it is. Okay. I thought it wasn't showing up on YouTube, but it is. So we finished chapters, courses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's a lot for a day and a half. We didn't actually do one, but you have it in the Google Drive. You've got the presentation for that. And now is, in my opinion, the toughest of the courses, which is data analysis. You'll want to be paying good attention here. First of all, we're just going to do a little measurement plan, know what they'll ask before they ask it. Then we're going to go clean up some messy data, analyze some data from a CSV, put that into a chart without using, the typical formulas like VLOOKUP. Is there a plan mode in Gemini? I don't think so. That's a good question. Let's ask Gemini. There's probably a plan mode in anti-gravity. I'm not sure if there is one in here. There's an advanced thinking. Yeah, it doesn't have a specific plan mode, but there you go. When in doubt, ask Gemini. We're also going to do a business performance simulator. Sneha is asking, in the actual Google AI professional certification, what's the testing like? Do we have to do this type of task by our own prompts, or will they be provided? No, it's actually just a multiple choice exam. So it gives you a scenario and then asks you what you expect the output to be, what kind of things you can do. It's multiple choice. Select one. And for most of the quizzes, you have the option to repeat the quiz as many times as you want until you get it right. So that helps. Some of the quizzes, and specifically this course's quiz, the AI data analytics, they want you to take it maximum of 3 times a day. So just giving you time to revise again if you get stuck. So be sure and get that done. Is it timed? It is timed, but I found for me the time was plenty. So, I think it gave me like 30 minutes for each of the quizzes, and I was usually done in 5 minutes. If you know the work, it's pretty easy stuff. So again, core concept, AI removes the grunt work, you know that. But the problem is that even though it takes the grunt work off, you've still got to be the one driving, because you're the one who understands your domain, who understands your job, your college work, whatever it is you're doing. And spreadsheets especially, it's hard work. Spreadsheets, CSVs, like anything that's complex data gets hard to envision as a person. There's a few people who are really good at doing that instinctively. Most of us are not. So Gemini or any other AI is actually really good to help. And what you do with that is you need to know what you will be asked before you ask it. So set the context, tell Gemini who you are, not your name necessarily, although, it doesn't hurt to give it your name, what your role is, what kind of meeting you're going into, and what it is that you want to get out of that. Ask Gemini what metrics to focus on. Ask for what they're going to push back on. This is really a good way to prepare for a presentation of any sort. It's also a great way to prepare for a difficult conversation of any sort. If you're going to have a fight with your kid or with your spouse or with your neighbor, go into your AI and, ask it how you can make it work better so that you don't come to blows, so that you don't start yelling at each other. Again, that was an irrelevant aside. And if you're unsure how to extract the data, ask Gemini, it'll walk you through the steps. Will the LLMs become good enough to generate an app with a single prompt? Some of them already are, if they're very simple apps. I was doing a training a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago, and thanks, Rohan. Prepare for a fight with the spouse by chatting with ChatGPT. I didn't do it for a spouse, but I did it when I broke up with a business partner. And believe me, that was a tough conversation. It went way better because I'd had that practice session. Thanks for joining us, Venkat. And of course, you've got the live stream back there. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad you worked with all the prompts across these courses. And don't forget to do the course 7.1 as well. And good luck with your exam when you take it. Yeah. All right. So this is the scenario. We're going to present the onboarding program's results to the leadership team, right? This sounds like a big company. I'm not a big company. And what you need, basically, you just need Gemini, and you will leave with the short list of metrics that matter most for the meeting. Identify the key metrics. You basically just ask Gemini. And again, I'm putting the prompt in here. I'll put the prompt into YouTube as well, except it's too long for YouTube. That's annoying. Okay, I'm going to just cut it into 2 for YouTube. Back to our prompt. Oh, that was fun. Okay, so I'm going to put that into Gemini in yet another new chat. And ask for the metrics to keep in mind. Oh dear, I put that into the private chat. I meant to put that in here for everyone. Thank you, Christina, for sharing the Google Drive link. What if your spouse is ChatGPT? I think then you have a bigger question, bigger problem than AI can solve. Just saying. Yeah. All right, so put the chat in there, click enter, that would help. And of course, it gives you exactly what you'd expect. Time to productivity, onboarding cost, early voluntary turnover rate in that first 90 days, net promoter score, all the standard stuff that any big company, if you worked with a big company, the NPS is one of the silliest things. And of course, every company wants to ask that. And of course, the follow-on question, what questions will the leadership team ask for that? Oh boy, am I again putting it in someone's private chat when I mean to do this? Yeah, no. Can everyone hear me? I've suddenly got a little bit of a panic attack here as to whether I'm talking just to myself at this point. Oh, phew, thank you. Yeah, because on my chat window, I'm just seeing Sneha's name. Everybody else is grayed out, including the everyone button, which is honestly scary. Okay, do not click that, click that. So the conversation, not a one-shot query. Yes, correct. So, and think outside the box, right? Think about other things that the leadership may or may not ask. Who else is likely to be there? It's just an internal one. Okay, is the operations manager going to want something different than the HR manager? Thanks, Muriel. That's reassuring. I'm not alone. And then you pick one metric from the results that it get. So then you ask the next question, how do I export hiring data? See, this is where we said, Gemini can walk you through this literally, step by step. There's absolutely nothing that, it's not just Gemini, Claude can do it too. I've even used ChatGPT to ask how to do something in Gemini. So, yeah, it can walk you, tell you what tools. And that was it. Simple little lab 1. Again, think for yourself. Do you always get asked a certain question in the reviews? This, by the way, this kind of preparation is also extremely useful if you are planning to do or rather not planning to do, but if you need to walk into a performance review. And at that time, it's very good to plan ahead. Tell the AI all the things you've accomplished. Practice with it how to push back if your manager said your performance was only satisfactory. And, also, no matter what the outcome, ask, how can I do better next time? What do I need to do to prep? Then walk back to your AI and tell it what your manager said and make sure that you capture that so that going forward between now and the next performance review, you're doing way better and, performing to expectations. Again, unnecessary aside, but I thought I'd share that. Now, the other thing is you can also clean up messy data. It can do images, you can do CSV stuff. So let's do some of that. Attach a screenshot or a PDF. The scenario, you have recent day 30 pulse survey responses, the kind of early feedback that tells you whether new hires are struggling. See, this is what I need here for this class. I don't have that. So let's open this from the sample docs folder. Give it to Gemini, click export. So again, let's go find our sample docs folder because of course it couldn't be sitting where I expected it. Course 6, sample documents. That's not what it said. Okay, I've lost my slide. Oh, it is the PDF mockup, okay. All right, in that case, back to the sample document. Yep. We're uploading that into the chat. Add it from the drive, yes, connect. Is everybody getting that shall I connect again thing all the time? Or is it just me because I'm being silly here? Oh, I should have done this in a new chat, shouldn't I? You can watch me do this over and over, or you can do it yourself. Preferably do it yourself. And again, I'm dropping it into YouTube as well, so you guys get it. Let's see what it can do. Extract the responses, turn them into a table. I like that. And this is the kind of thing you will actually do quite often at work. You need it for, school work, college work, whatever it is you're doing. That's much more readable than the document. So that's good. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, why I pause between slides, it's because the stupid chat window keeps popping up and obscuring what I'm trying to read. Tatiana is asking, I assume we'll be able to use Gemini during the exam. Is that the case? During the exam, I think you're expected not to be using Gemini because you're supposed to be answering the questions. I'm not an advocate for getting Gemini to answer the questions for you while you're doing the test because that, in my opinion, is cheating. But again, I mean, it's on your conscience, honor system. Don't use Gemini or another LLM. That doesn't mean you promptly go and use Claude to answer your questions. Just get familiar. If you practice enough, you'll be able to do this stuff pretty easily. Okay. Although, like I said, this is the exact course, number 6, the data analysis, that I had trouble with. Export. Okay, I forgot this step. Click export to sheets. All right. Where's export to sheets? Do I see an export to sheets? Does anyone see an export to sheets? No? How do I export this? Ooh, it's probably here. There it is. To sheets, not docs. Thanks, Kafir. You're probably right. I could have just said export to sheets. But my diagram said click export to sheets and open the file. Did it work? That's what I want to know. Okay, you have to export to the drive first. So it's here. Very annoying. Download. I'm going to just download it because I'm lazy. And then I'm going to upload into a sheet from my drive. There it is. Import the data, replace the spreadsheet. You know how to do this. Oh, how very pretty. Okay, so we have exported to sheets. Great. This is fun. Now we're adding a column called sentiment, and we're going to put in this formula there. You can copy it out of your labs and prompts, or you can copy it from the chat. Christina and Rohan, no, we do not have to actually use Gemini tools and prove we know how to use them. It's more about proving you can understand how it works. I mean, what's the alternative? That you use Google Sheets and then export something to them? Sorry, not Sheets. Use Gemini or Studio or whatever and then export to them. It's hard for them to survey that, whereas a multiple choice question is just easy. So you put that prompt into your Google Sheet. New column called sentiment. Day trading. Okay, I should put that in the right place. Can it do that? Can it do that? Well, that didn't do it. Okay, clearly I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, by the way, this is from the previous course. It did insert the image finally. Took a while. Once the first cell populates. What? You're supposed to enter this, classify it into. This worked when I did it when I was studying for the quiz. Why is it not working now? Use the Gemini side panel instead. Okay. Things have clearly changed since they did that training. Column labeled. Sentiment in row 3. Use this formula to populate that column based on the rating and comment columns. Let's see if it can do that. That was very annoying, by the way. Anyone else have success with this? Do the calculation. This is annoying. I want the output. Thank you. Yes, it's realized it needs to execute the sentiment. Fantastic. Voila. So that was a little bit more complicated than what the guide said. I'm going to have to update the slides to actually say that. Thank you. Phew. Not fun. The time duration of the exam, it depends. Each quiz is like 25 to 30 minutes. Change it to C, C2. B2 won't work for you. Thank you. So it was a formula problem. Okay. B2, C2, B4, okay. That was a good catch. Thank you very much, Kafir. And then I can just drag down and it would do the same thing. All right, so now accidentally you've got two ways to do the same thing. You can either use the little spark thingy there, or you can do what Kafir suggested and fix the formula. Okay. Or I could have cleaned out those two rows. Never mind, whatever. Bottom line, it works now. Haha. Thanks a lot. Okay, back to the slides. Everyone, were you able to get this to work? Am I the only idiot who got the wrong thing? So we did sentiment, now we're going to do category. Couldn't get it to work. Muriel, what happened? Same problem as me? The fix was that it's assuming, okay, just get rid of the top two rows and then try again. So now I'm going to put category and put the formula in there. And as you can see this time, the fix was simply that the row number was wrong because I had those two extra rows on top. So again, if you put that in there, it actually does correctly generate that. Excellent catch, Kafir. I had no idea what the error message was trying to tell me. There's one that it says it doesn't do that. Negative or positive or other. Okay, that tells me the formula. IT setup, IT manager supports. IT setup. Okay, that is clearly wrong. You're noticing B3. And again, are we just in the wrong thing now? It's got the correct column number and row number this time. But clearly it's not talking about, like IT setup is what they're complaining about. And yet this says other. Based on the formula in cell E3, shouldn't the response be IT setup? Might as well ask Gemini to fix itself if it can. And if not, I want to know why. Diving deeper. Thank you. Again, it was a B versus C kind of thing. C2, typo. Let's see if that fixes it. Yes, it does. Awesome. All right, so the correct formula for everyone who needs it, use cell C, not B. And I apologize, guys. This is going way slower than I had hoped. Yeah, Tatiana's right. It does make sense. Pointed at the text content, not the numerical values. Yeah, absolutely right. So, well, you learned how to troubleshoot. That's something that was not expected, but you learned how to troubleshoot. You learned that if you're working in a group, you're more likely to fix it because someone else will point out the right answer. And basically have patience because it's supposed to work. It should work. Just figure out what went wrong or ask AI what went wrong like I did. Okay, module 3, we're going to analyze the data and build visualizations. This is going to be fun. So again, we're going to get first a high-level summary, then drill down, build the story, and then create the chart. You can try. Tatiana is asking if we can point the formula at a column. But I think the way you point it at a column is by giving it the column and the row reference so that it knows you're not just looking at column C, but that you're looking at specifically this row and in column C. Because sometimes, for example, you will want to subtract from a previous row or add to a previous row. So be specific, give it the full cell specification. Okay, we have a new example. Which recruiting channel performs best? So we're hiring, we're growing. We've got a document that tells us where these hires are coming from and which ones are more cost efficient, or rather what the cost was. And then the goal is to have Gemini identify which one's most cost efficient. Sorry, my voice is gone. I apparently can't talk for 2 days in a row. Best part is I'm going to do this tomorrow because there's the other course, the 7-week course that happens on Monday mornings. Lovely. So, but that's shorter. And it's only course 2, which you guys already did yesterday. You don't need to go there. So we open up the CSV in Sheets, click the Gemini icon and paste this in. I've already clicked it, but I'll do it again. Click the Gemini icon and paste this. Provide the actual number of hires. So this is, notice that like Tatiana was asking, we're not giving it column numbers, row numbers, nothing. We're just giving it a simple word, a text description. Let's see if it can do what we asked. Now, Fred, I just saw what you said on YouTube. You said, excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that. But really, the credit goes to all of you for sitting here and watching me fumble through this whole thing patiently. I'm not seeing a single comment either on Zoom or YouTube that says, can you please hurry up? Which if I was in your shoes, I would have done probably like 5 times by now. There we go. Gemini has given you a response. It was Ross is asking how long is the session for today? It was supposed to be 3 hours, but clearly I'm going to go at least 20 minutes longer, just because I'm taking longer on all the labs. It doesn't help when, I can't see things like the cell is incorrectly specified. Yeah, this is a good response. Is there another document? Well, was there another document? Let's go back and see what it's saying. With your CSV open. This is lab 3. Right, it would help if I actually gave it the correct CSV, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's close this file. New spreadsheet. No. New spreadsheet. And let's import this time. Shared with me, Google AI Professionals, course 6, sample docs, this time doc number 2. Well, doc number 1. I don't know, but it's gone. There we go. And this time, paste that same thing in there. The same prompt, I mean. And this time, it's actually, yeah, I see there's a cost per hire. I guess they were running short on spaces that day. They didn't use them as separate words. The YouTube channel is the same one we always use. It's called Practical AI Skills, and you want to go to the live streams in there. The Google Drive is there you go. And folks on YouTube, you don't need that because the Google Drive is pinned there for you. And there we go. We've got our summary metrics and the supporting records. Again, always double check to see if it's telling you the truth or lying happily, blissfully. So you got your high-level summary as step 1. Step 2 is what is the average days to fill by category, or rather regardless of category. And I'm going to ask Gemini that again. You see I'm back in the Gemini chat thing there. I'm not trying to insert, I was just trying to make it larger. You guys can see it. But you can actually see it on your own laptops, computers, whatever it is you're using. There we go. There's the result. Right, I have whisper flow, which I should have turned off. That's no fun. Okay. And now I apparently can't make it any smaller. That's annoying. What did I do here? I just made it massively tiny. Okay. Anyone else having trouble? Oh, that's all it was. I had it too large. Okay. Has Gemini given you the answers you were looking for? In this case, by the way, the answer will be the same for all of us simply because you're looking at specific data. That it's simple mathematics. Now we're going to actually build the story around this. And again, you want to understand the data that you just got. And you're noticing that there's a pattern there, that an employee referral happens much faster. Why is that? Where's my Google? There it is. There's Gemini. Ask a question. There we go. One more. Are you guys all doing this with me? I hope you are. You don't need to. Core AI tools I cannot live without. I think you just focus on what it is that you need to do to get your job done and use the tools that you have. I mean, some of us don't have a choice. If your company says we're using ChatGPT or we're using Gemini or whatever, you've got to do that. I'm sorry for those whose companies use Microsoft extensively and insist on Copilot, because I personally do not like Copilot. But that's just me. You make the best of whatever tools you've got. Oh, this is pretty. Look at that. Employee referral by channel, by style. And then based on that, employee referral is the quickest. And since we said, why would that be quick? Now remember, you gave it a leading question. You said, is there a reason why employee referrals consistently outperform? So you're making the assumption that they do. Well, it's not an assumption, it's backed up by the data. But if you do give it, an assumption and tell it to ask a question based on that, it will assume that your assumption is based on you knowing that for a fact. And there we go. Recruiting agencies are faster, but there's a high price on that. Okay, I'm going to close that again, go back to our slides. And now let's create a visualization. Look at that, Gemini skipped forward and actually did that before we even asked for it. Did it do that for everybody or just for me? Here's the prompt we should have asked, but Gemini was way ahead of us, or at least way ahead of me. What happens if I ask it that question now? Is it going to say, hey, I already showed you that? No, it's not. It's happily going to redo the work it already did. How lovely. And the chart should look very much like the previous slide. Days to fill. It's not as colorful though. And again, you can do things like sort it from fastest to slowest, add a data label. Please sort in ascending order, descending order, whatever it is that you want. So you can see at one glance what it is. We could do that. We could not do that. Well, we could do that pretty quickly, couldn't we? Even without this. I've been known to just point it at a column of numbers and get charts out of that. Working on it seriously takes you. Okay, this is, in my opinion, unacceptable because it should have taken seconds. Yes, the slides may not have been as pretty. It should have taken seconds to sort that column. It's only like 10 rows. Like why would it? Okay, I like Kafir's question. Try something funnier. Should we reroute all the recruiting budget to career fair, which is the opposite direction? Sure, I will ask. And let's see why. Explain your reasoning. But let's give it time to fill the silly finalizing, summarizing. Wow, that was slow. Created the chart, pivot table. Where's the chart? I don't see a chart. Did you guys get a chart? Oh, you know what? Maybe it put it in there. Yes, it did. There it is. It's actually embedded in my document. Okay, in that case, I'm asking Kafir's question. Explain your reasoning. Guys, this is what makes our labs take longer. We go off on little rabbit holes. As you move forward, in my case, the chart was actually dumped right into the spreadsheet itself, and it was almost covered by my Gemini thing. Hello, you're supposed to be answering my question. Okay, let's try again. Canceled request. Oh, when I hit the X, I guess it canceled the request. So try again. I just want an answer. I am structuring the response using specific numbers from the, okay. I wonder if I had turned on Think More or something. Model insights. Look at this. We don't ask for a chart, we get charts. We ask for a chart, it goes and puts it somewhere else. Well, Kafir's playful question got a detailed, deep answer. So if we were looking at volume of applicants, we would go there, but clearly it's not as good an option. If it is not such a good option, then why do companies use hiring fairs if they're so useless? Yes, I have to ask these silly questions because what else am I going to do? Gemini must be in a deep thinking mode here because I'm not liking how slow it is. All right, but that's basically all we did. You had a spreadsheet full of data. This was, again, a Mickey Mouse example. You had 10 rows of data. But think about it. If you're looking at sales data across a couple of months, that could be thousands of rows. And you don't want to do that analysis manually. You're better off getting something like AI to do it for you. We've done it manually, all of us, put in formulas and tried to figure out what the best solution was. Oh boy, 12 o'clock, and we still have one more module to go. You guys want to skip this module, or do you want to actually do it? This is actually one of the best modules in the course, though. I want an answer. Go for it. Okay. 2 yeses. There's more than 2 people in the room. There's 48 of you. Okay. All right. There's a consensus of yes. Okay. So now we're going to talk about interactive. It's no longer just going to be, static data. And we're going to go back into Canvas and get little slider bars that we can change. So of course, your leadership, I hope no one here is in leadership because I've been dissing on leadership quite a bit. But leadership wants to see things that they can actually influence just by clicking a button or changing a slider. So we're going to use the same data from module 3 and go to Canvas this time. So new chat, tools, Canvas. The plus sign is tools, Canvas. No, I do not want the description of Canvas. And put this prompt in your Canvas. I'm going to put that into Gemini, no, into YouTube as well. It's going to tell me that prompt is way, way, way too long. And I'm going to have to reduce the size of that prompt by splitting it into 3, I think. Oh no, that's not what I meant. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening there. Based on our data. Come on. Okay. There we go. Copy pasted it in there. There's only 4 people left on YouTube. Yes, I can understand why. This was not only long, it was also fairly painful. So this time we're actually giving it the context in words as opposed to uploading that. Let's see what it comes up with. And look at the keyword there, interactive. And once it's built, we can play with the sliders that it provides. And someone was asking earlier, can it create an app based on a single sentence? This was 2 or 3 sentences, but yes, with a single prompt, it's making an app. I hope all of you are having the same experience. Is it creating an app for you too? And also on the left, you see it's telling you what it's doing. It's going to have a dynamic channel allocation slider, financial and operational KPIs. I don't know what SVG stands for. Your app is pretty. Mine isn't even done. You must have a better internet connection. Maybe you're closer to the Gemini hub. I don't know. Ooh, very nice, but I don't like the colors. Can we go back to the fuchsia and electric blue? We're a very vibrant agency, sure. Oh dear. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You guys, you can click on your sliders, make sure things are working, and put it in the chat. Has everyone got their app built? Is Christina the only one who's succeeded? Aha, it got that. It understands. I want high vibrancy. Okay. And again, you can tell it, if you want wider slider ranges, more metrics, whatever. Works fine. It is crazy that it works on a free account. And that's the best part. I think things that are right now available only in Google AI Pro, over the next 6 months will become part of the free because there'll be other things that are part of Pro. I think that's great, honestly. To me, AI starting up 3 years ago, like becoming widely available, was the biggest democracy, the equalizer for everyone. As long as you've got access to a computer, of course, nobody's going to be held back because everything that the advanced versions can do, like the paid pro versions, you can achieve at a smaller scale on the free versions. Oof, that's actually really ugly, but whatever. And you can see as I change the slider on one thing, other things change. I hate this color scheme, by the way, even though I asked for it. Okay, folks on YouTube, how is it going? Are you getting answers? There's only 3 people left, which is probably me and Karen and someone else from our group. But we're all here. I really appreciate your patience as we get through this. So again, anytime you have a what if conversation, and this isn't just at your job, right? Think about if you're saving for retirement or you're saving to buy a house and you start asking those questions. You want to ask the kind of questions you ask to a mortgage advisor, for example. What happens if I pay more down payment? Or if if I go in for a fixed interest rate versus variable, what if the interest changes while I'm on a variable interest rate? What's the cap? Like you can put sliders and change that manually without talking to your mortgage advisor now. Or your mortgage advisor can create an app like this and just give it to all his clients. So fun stuff. All right, we're done. Course 6 is finally finished. What did you learn? You learned that it can make dry data very much more engaging, interpersonal. You still have to do the basic checks, make sure that what it's saying is truth based on the documents you gave it. It shouldn't be hallucinating at all. And that's basically it. Course 6. Any questions on number 6, AI for data analysis? Anyone? You're a very quiet crowd today. Talk to me. Pretend I'm interesting. No. Okay. You're all hard at work is what's happening. All right. One more. I don't know, Christina. Try it. I don't know how. Actually, let's ask Gemini. Where is Gemini? Can I put this app into Figma? I hate the UI here. Oh dear. It thought I was asking it to create another app. No, that's not it. I was asking a question. Just a question. Can I put this app into Figma? Thanks, Muriel. Yeah, this stuff is new. Again, like I'm doing Ejimo for ask the AI. So it built the app again when I didn't tell it to build it, but it also did give me the answer. You can bring it to Figma by using plugins like HTML to design. Okay, good to know. See, I'm learning so much as we go because the questions you ask teach me things. Would this work on the Microsoft 365 app on Excel? I think Copilot should have something very similar to this. Okay, we are at 12:15 my time. Oh, wow. I did not know that. Very cool. Use the Microsoft add-in framework to let your sliders read from. And it created a guide for you. You serious? Wow. Okay. In that case, I'm going to share and export, share. Copy link. I'm putting that in the chat. I was not expecting that. Thank you for asking the question, as you move forward. And let's go and drop it into YouTube as well, so that they don't get left out. Not that there's anyone there. But yeah. Okay, break again before we do number 7. And that is the most intense. So I'm going to assume we're going to be at least half an hour beyond time. So instead of 1 o'clock, we'll end at 1:30 Eastern. Instead of 10 o'clock, 10:30 Pacific. Instead of 7, it'll be 7:30 for Europe. And India, I apologize, it's going to be 1 a.m. No, 11 p.m. 11 p.m. I'm not that bad. Started at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give us 10 minutes this time. My throat is tired. I need some water. I will come back at 5 minutes to the half hour or 5 minutes to the hour, depending on where you guys are. Anyone need a break? I hope so, because I need a break. Thank you. 10-minute break. You know what? Let's make it 15 or 14 or whatever it is. Let's just go to the 30-minute mark or the top of the hour. And again, I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to turn off my audio and video, and I will see you back here at some point. Stop the video, stop the audio. Where did my audio go? Oh, right, mute. Everyone back? Okay, you still have a couple of minutes. Everybody who's not here, drop a 1 in the chat. Yes, I'm funny. Thank you. Thank you. I see someone doing little signs. All right. I'm getting a few thumbs ups. Nice. No, I did not want that to be what's up. Okay. Right. It would have helped if I had gone into course number 7, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do that first. Course 7. I will open up the prompts for that. How's everyone doing? I know this is intense. Are you able to keep up? Thanks, Muriel. Appreciate that you're tired but happy. It's late in the evening for you, right? Wherever you are. Yeah, Jim. Okay, you're most able to keep up. The good news is you will have these recordings so you can revisit. Thank you. Happy to hear you're mostly keeping up. Yes. And again, anyone who doesn't have Google AI Pro, I'm going to suggest go to Coursera, sign up for their free trial. It's only a 7-day free trial at Coursera, but during that 7 days, you can sign up for your Google AI Pro 90-day free trial and then cancel your Coursera free trial because obviously you don't want to get charged for it. Coursera's rules say that you only are allowed 1 account per person, but seriously, how are they going to know? Unless you connect it to your LinkedIn or something, in which case, of course, they know it's the same person. Anyway, that was just me riffing again. So now is the most fun of the exercises. We're going to actually build an app. This is where I said agentic AI, right? All right, and I'm looking, looking at the prompts instead of at my, it would help if I had my document open. How am I supposed to present without number 7 being actually live? I'm way too quick on the trigger. Okay, here we are. Can I do this lab with the free version? For number 7, yes, you don't actually need the AI Pro. But what we will do is we will go to aistudio.google.com, as you see in this, in your labs and prompts. That is included in the free tier, at least in Canada it is. I hope it's available there too, in India, in Europe, in the US. Okay, so we need Google AI Studio, and I have enabled that. You see a lot of parameters on the left and right, things you can set. Right now we're in the playground. Okay, I need to be not in the playground, but in, how do I move this off to one side? Right, like that. Okay. AI for app building. No, go back. Where were I? So this is, you're actually going to build an app. We built a little app in the previous one. We're going to build a better one now. And this is all basically vibe coded. You're going to use AI Studio and you're going to tell it what kind of app you want. You're going to build the little tiebreaker, and then a little brand builder, an interactive dashboard, and the capstone. The capstone, actually, I might tell you to do on your own because now you've got all the ideas. And what you want to do is build an app for yourself. That's literally just to prove to yourself that you can do this work. Okay, so the core concept here is just vibe coding. Have any of you tried vibe coding so far? I've used it a lot, but I Obviously, I'm not the person here. In Claude, yes, that's great. I've done it across the board on all the three big. Oh, on Lovable, of course, that's a great one. By the way, again, depending on how much of your income you're allocating to investments, investing in yourself is a very good investment, taking courses, paying for that. But also there's this thing called Lenny's newsletter, I think. Let me just click that to make sure. Yep, that's Lenny's newsletter. He sends out emails almost every day, but even more interesting, he's got Lenny's product pass. And that is the paid version of the newsletter gives you a whole bunch of goodies. So Insider is only for the Insider tier, but even if you're not Insider, you get access to all this. This is the annual subscription, gives you all of these. But for me, the reason I went to Insider is because it gives you access to these things, like 11 Labs for a year or Gamma for a year. Gamma is what I'm using right now to create all my presentations. Lovable, Google AI Pro. This one I just claimed this morning because I needed it. Gamma was absolutely a game changer. Granola is excellent for people in meetings, like I should have been using Granola now. I haven't. Superbase is great, again, if you're using vibe-coded apps, but also look at this, Lovable. You get a year of Lovable for free. All of these are included with your, I think it's $400 for the year. To me, it was totally worth it because look at the value there. 250, 260, 216, 40, like it's thousands of dollars of value for that $400 payment. Plus all of these. So if annual alone gives you all the ones below, how does this business model work? In what sense, Kevin? Lenny gets paid by all of us for joining his thing. I mean, you pay 200 for annual, you pay 400 for the insider tier. And then the companies give him these things for free because for them, it's just a marketing cost. So he gets to show off high value and we get to use the high value. It's a great incentive for us to sign up for the paid version. And each person signing up for the paid version gets him more money. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward thing. So just wanted to say, there's other ways to get your AI Pro and whatever. And these offers, of course, rotate. He gives you new offers every so often. Okay, back to vibe coding. We just say what we want. Like the more clear you are, as usual, the better your app will be. And vibe coded apps often have errors even as they're building. All you need to do is tell the AI fix it or tell it what to fix. So module 1, we're just going to do a simple tiebreaker. Should I do A or B? What are the trade-offs? You can do this for anything. You've got 3 restaurants. Which one should I go to? So step 1, let's build it. Google AI Studio. We already went to Google AI Studio. If you didn't, it's aistudio.google.com. And you say, I want an app called Tiebreaker in build mode. Am I in build mode? I hope I'm in build mode. Why don't I ask, is this build mode? I guess it must be because it's not instantly giving me a response. So, okay, I'm going to paste in the prompt and paste it into you as well in the chat. Paste it into the Google chat as well, which is again just me. I don't want to do that. Yeah, okay, fine. Really? You're annoying me here. Okay. Would you like a starter code template? UX design, the plan. Okay. You were supposed to build it for me. Build the app. So clearly I have done nothing here except say build the app, right? So it's gone ahead and made all the decisions at once. SWOT analysis, tiebreaker, right? Where is the app? Sheesh. Right, you know what I did wrong? I went into this model. What I should have done is gone to new app. There we go. The terminology is different each time we do this, isn't it? Build. Do I want to show notifications? No, I never want to show notifications. There you go, Christina. You noticed it faster than me. My voice is a bit soft in that case. No, I'm already at full volume. Maybe I'm just not talking into the thing. Can you hear me better, Abhinav? I feel like I've been yelling all morning. Okay, great. Okay, and yep, it's got a sample there. Should I accept the senior lead position at Stellar Corp? Yes, absolutely. I should always accept the senior lead position. No, better yet, I want to be the VP of something or the other. VP of product. The AI Studio will plan the app structure, write the code, live preview. Really, it's doing all of that. I did not even notice. Yes, live preview. And I'm seeing it running for however many seconds. It's building the app. Here are the TypeScript things it's doing, the JSON packages. Awesome. You guys building too? I know Christina is because she said she was doing something there. Yep, started building. Once the app loads, paste this decision. Okay, are we done yet? No, we're not. But I'm going to paste that in there, waiting for it. Waiting for it. Where's my... Do I have a thing there that... Yes, I do. It's hiding. Maybe if I clip it closer to my... Is this using tokens? It is all using tokens, absolutely. But if you're doing it in the free version, you don't care. Do you? Okay, it's still thinking, still working away. How can we track how many tokens? You know what? I don't know. Let's go back to a version that has the free version. Gemini. How do I track how many tokens still remaining using the free version? Gemini. Ah, well, it's behind the scenes. Okay. Ah, so you get context rot. It'll forget the beginning of the chat. And sometimes you will just get a too many requests message. If you're shifting topics, start a new chat, keep your documents concise. And if it starts hallucinating or forgetting context or constraints, then you just need to, again, start a new chat. So sorry, I guess there's no straight answer there. No, you're welcome, Cornelia. Okay, Supabase. Supabase is built on Postgres, so yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty much a standard now. If this persists for a long time, there may have been an issue. What happens if I click reload? Has anyone else's app built yet? Do I dare click reload? Do you guys already have an app? I'm clicking reload and I have no idea what will happen. Okay. Christina, is you also still loading? All right. And I clicked reload and nothing happened. So I guess we're stuck here waiting for it. I think it was faster building an app in Canvas. What if? Cornelia, your app is finished. Nice. Ooh, that's way better. Okay, now I'm feeling competitive. Ah, I can apparently set a monthly spend cap to prevent accidental overspending. Yeah, yours also. Sneha's is also still building. I don't know where mine went. It's right there. I'm telling it to make mine simple, nothing fancy. Go ahead and build. Let's see if that one is faster. Oh, look at that. It's telling me what else it can do. It can generate music. Very nice. Anyone else? Has your app completed? Or was it just Christina? You have a professional, polished dashboard. I'm proud of you. Cornelia, Christina, both of you are done. And I'm still waiting. And this is the fun of AI, right? Different people, same prompt, different results. And it's clearly not just based on your internet speed. Oh, here's what I didn't see. An internal error occurred. Okay, retry. That was fun. This one is still sitting here thinking. So I'm building two of the identical apps. Google said it should take... Oh, is my screen showing as black for everyone? Sneha says she's seeing a black screen. No, that's just yours, Sneha. Just for you, it's being special. I'm relieved, by the way, because otherwise it would be very frustrating. Well, what's taking you so long, you silly thing? Control image aspect ratios, create a comparison table, deploy my app. What do you mean deploy my app? Go from live. Oh, you know what's happening? I think my internet connection is not very good. So tell you what, I'm going to turn off my video if I can find me somewhere. That should help. Maybe that's what's going on. Candy corn in front. Okay. Oh, that's these little things that are bouncing up and down. Okay. Not sure why some of you are seeing that. Maybe you've got, used to be something in view. I can hide the floating meeting controls. Nope. I like that. Create a pros and cons list. Okay, has everyone else got their app done and I'm just the only one waiting? I hope so. Oh, look at my tiebreaker app. Yay. What decision are you making? Where to go for lunch? Sushi or Chinese food? Options to weigh: distance from home and price. And add an option: labor. That's important to me. Sushi is about 200 meters from home. Expensive. Very tasty. Chinese is delicious, but half a mile away, half a kilometer away. So I said to judge on all these things. Yay, Sneha got her app as well. Sneha, can you see my app now? And here we go. Oh, okay, you rejoined and you saw it now. Great. Okay, so I gave it a few criteria, and I didn't tell it if the sushi was delicious. Let's find out if it uses that as a parameter. So you can use anything in here, right? If you're trying to figure out which job to apply for, if you're trying to figure out what to wear to a, black tie party, or what to wear if you're going camping, whether to go camping or to go on a all-inclusive vacation. All kinds of tiebreakers in life. Are we all done? Now that I'm done, I'm going to think everybody's done. Wait, it didn't actually give me the tiebreaker. Tasty and delicious are the same. Yes, they are. But it didn't actually give me a... I said run the analysis. Where's the response? Oh, down there. I need to scroll. I'm indecisive. I'm not. I tend to just go, okay, point a finger at, point at the menus. Sushi, Chinese food. Tiebreaker verdict, Chinese food. 500 meters is a 5 to 6 minute walk. Yes, agreed. Yep. That's literally what I would have said. Cheap and tasty, let's just do that. Don't have to think. Okay, what else did you guys do for tiebreaker activities? What was your tie? Who's watching FIFA? Have they had any ties there? Or are the games over and I haven't even noticed? Ooh, you asked persona and goals. Lovely. Tatiana, that's very creative. And let's find out what's going on. So for people who are watching on YouTube, I'm just putting that prompt in there as well, so you can do this. We're using aistudio.google.com. And just put that prompt in there into the build an app thing, create a new app. Okay, we've got people responding. What do we get? Tell it what your goals are. Eat in San Francisco versus at home. Told me to get out of the house despite it being expensive. Love it. Love it. Actually, there's the other thing, right? I've got XYZ ingredients in my fridge. What should I cook? I don't feel like cooking. What's the quickest way to get a meal without calling for takeout? This is so much fun. Anyway, so that's the end of that scenario. 60 to 90 seconds was a lie. It took us several minutes. We tested it. Okay, they want to know if we should run a pilot program first. Oh, wow. Now the app is done. Sheesh. Okay. Don't I need to give you some data for this? That's funny. I would have expected to be told to paste this into the input field, one you've already been thinking about. This, like get analysis. Okay. Select pros and cons list, get analysis. Cost, risk level. Yes and no, very simple. Company, new hire, onboarding, revamp. Let's see if that's remotely enough information. I don't think it is, but maybe. Run one more pilot cohort first. Okay. Without having any of that data from the CSV or anything, it thinks I should do this. I'm not sure I believe it, but again, this is for illustration purposes. Any questions, anyone? If there's no questions, Lenny's subscription. Lenny's subscription, yes, can be renewed, but obviously if you've used Gamma or, Lovable or whatever for 1 year and you use the same email address, it's going to tell you no. I personally would use a new email address for Lenny and for the apps. So there's always ways around this, right? I have friends who share the apps. I don't do that because I use all the apps myself. But if you don't need all of them, like you only want Lovable, somebody else wants Granola, that's another way to do it. Make sure everybody pays you first. Lab 3, expect and fix an error. If the error indicator appears, okay, switch analysis types. Right, what kind of analysis did we do? Flip a coin. Nope, it didn't. Why can't I find a place to choose? Okay, I'm changing the type now. The score, SWOT analysis. Sure, let's do a SWOT analysis here. And if it throws an error, we fix it like the thing said. You guys still working with your apps? And here's my SWOT analysis. Here's the strengths, weaknesses. I mean, obviously this was overkill for such a simple one, but I want to see what was it that I wanted to see? Comparison table. Comparison table, please. Oh, wow. You know, it helps if you can see what you're typing. Clearly, I was typing complete rubbish. That's because I trust my ability to touch type. Unfortunately, my fingers were off by one space. I like the weaknesses. 500 meters away, Chinese food is more than double the walking distance of the sushi option. Man, I'm already large. I would be much larger if I relied on this tiebreaker. Okay, so now you know how to create an app. Very simple, right? What other kinds of apps can you create? I mean, this was such a simple idea, but you could literally build apps like you saw for one little prompt. Okay, now we're going to do learn UX. Ooh, nice. That would be great. Actually learn anything and then you have flashcards or something to help. I like the little beep. And it told me, here's the tiebreaker. Here's the comparison table. Pros and cons, comparison table, SWOT matrix. Okay. I'm trying to choose the card. Hello. Well, I can't. Can anyone else choose your card? No, I don't want my dictionary to show up. Hmm. All right. Lessons and vocabulary. Yeah, that's great. If you're learning, well, also lessons and vocabulary if you're learning a new language. That's another one. So I guess you could basically build a Duolingo kind of app for yourself. That would be fun. And maybe, give it the two languages to interact with your native language and the language you're trying to learn. That could be a really good app. But basically, at this point with AI, building an app is no longer rocket science. You don't need, a trained developer. Well, you do because the app has to be maintained. You need to be able to fix it. You need to use good architecture, all of that. But for a proof of concept, vibe coding is excellent. This time we're going to do a brand builder. So if you've worked in a company that cares about its social media and its branding in public, you really want to be sure that all your content that you put out is consistent. So again, we're still staying in studio. You know what, for I think it would. Um, you're asking if the free tier allows you to substitute programming languages. I think that should be doable. Okay, now I'm going to go back to AI Studio, back to the start, and make another new app. Okay, describe my app. And I just again copy pasted what we got from from the labs thing. And I'm pasting that into your chat for YouTube as well, so that we can all follow along. We're in aistudio.google.com and click on the top left in the build a new app. Okay, did I hit build? I forgot to hit build. I hope all the rest of you remember to hit build. And notice it's actually specifically saying to use Nano Banana. I like that. So this is interesting. We're building an app that lets you describe the product and then imagine it differently. This is great. I don't want to choose which design. So I said skip. Publish and share app. What happens when you share? You just get a link, you can share it. It's just like anything with Google, right? You can make it public, anyone with the link can view. Or you keep it private and don't share. You can also change settings, full screen. I will never include my Gemini chat history. I'm just weird that way. And publish basically publishes the app, I think. This means if I publish it, then it's available to everybody. I have no interest in having my app published to the world. So what I would do is use the share and give a link to anyone I wanted to have it. There's version control. There's integrations. You can integrate it with other things if you need. What else do we have? Secrets. This is when you've got a password, API key or whatever. And you can connect it to GitHub. So that's actually a very good thing to do. You want to keep control of your code so that you don't accidentally lose it. And that way, if it goes into GitHub, then all your code is in there. At that point, you can get another AI to look at that code, make changes. Like you no longer are tied to an LLM. So does that help, Sneha? Okay, so what happened here? It's still building my app. Yeah, thanks, Muriel. So who else is running out of steam? This has been an intense 2 days. My tongue is tired of talking. And we're only halfway through lesson 7. Course 7, lesson 7, course 7, whatever it is. Wow, how did you manage to get it in bold? I want to know. You said you already have done a session about vibe coding. You know what? Go back to that YouTube channel and just search. It was a 5-day intensive from Kaggle. It went from the beginning, and that was also using Google. So, or you just go to Kaggle and look for their 5-day vibe coding intensive. The one I did was converting that to Claude Code because I, at the moment, was trying to teach people Claude Code, not Gemini. And besides, Gemini was already being done. Look at this again. Internal error occurred. Try again. I think my computer is slow today. That's what's happening. Kiana, thank you. It's very kind of you to say you get a headache, but talking all this time, yeah, it's exhausting. Oh, speaking of talking all this time, I'm considering offering a machine language course and or an applied data science course. These are not going to be free. They are from Coursera, so even the course itself is going to be not free. Would there be interest from anyone in the room here? Oh, goody, nobody's interested. Okay, in that case, I won't bother. Yes. That means I don't have to teach again. Can I write it, please? What am I writing? Muriel, tell me. If you're just asking, it's the AI machine learning course and or the applied data science course from University of Michigan. Yeah, I don't blame you, Muriel. I'm losing focus too. This is why I'm dragging. The more you guys keep chatting, the more I'll be interested. But those are the two courses. And Jim says, watch, is it this one? Yep, that's the Kaggle. Definitely. So if you go on Kaggle, Jim, you can find the Kaggle Learn that they made from that course. That wraps the whole thing around and it talks about anti-gravity and Google AI Studio and all of that. It's really a good course. And that one also has a capstone project, where you prove that you know what you're doing. If you join one of these courses while they're live, you also get certificates. I mean, this was a month ago, so no, you're not going to get a certificate for doing it now. But keep an eye on Kaggle. They've got some really good courses there. Yep, that's the one, Kaggle Learn. And both of these courses are at Coursera. So you'd have to sign up for Coursera first and then also pay me to teach because I'm not doing this for free. It's just way too long. I think it's like, does anyone know 40 hours, 60 hours, something horrendous? I know I calculated it would take about 2 months to finish that course, either of those courses. The ML course is a little bit shorter. The AI, the applied data science is longer. Seriously, how long are you going to take? Wow, this is retry. Okay, anyone, did your app build? Christina, for me, I actually have a master's in AI from a long time ago. So it's one of those things where, to me, AI is a lot of fun, but I've got a lot of friends who find it intimidating. And then I said, what if I do that Google AI certification? And it was so trivially easy that I said, none of you should be afraid of doing this, really. Oh, look, it thinks it's done. It beeped at me. Is your brand builder done, folks? Am I the only one? It's a brand studio workspace. Very nice. Or I can see a Zephyr Tumblr demo instantly. Okay. All right, I'm going back to the training, seeing the app. Step 2, test it. So this time we're actually going to do an owl. You guys want an owl or do you want something else? Puppies, unicorns, what do you want? Just change what I'm putting in the chat to give you the mascot that you want. I personally want ugly unicorn. I don't know why a friendly unicorn, but yeah. Oh no. I was supposed to put that in my chat, wasn't I? In the product description field. Where's the product description? Product name, mascot. And I'm just going to paste in my unicorn mascot. Generate and watch the app produce this. Imagine campaign shots. It was supposed to click generate. Clearly not what it did. Okay. Generate for social. We could have set all of these. What are they called? Parameters? Choices, multiple choices. Right now it's Minimalist Studio. That's what I've chosen. Model locked. It's using Nano Banana. I think we're only in lab 2, am I right? Man, this is taking way longer than I thought. So again, if there's an error, you don't rebuild from scratch. Instead, you just tell the error message, copy the error message and put that into the chat. Into the chat and tell it, please make sure you do not use any other models, blah. Where's my message? Where's my mascot? Where, oh, where? Apparently, I should also click the button that says imagine the campaign. It's not enough to simply pick whether I want social or what. So what this is basically giving you the dimensions. It's either landscape or portrait or square. That's all. Generation failed. What? No way in heck. Okay, I'm out of tokens. How can I be out of tokens? That's weird. Anyone else have that problem? Yeah, I am out of tokens. That's funny. So AI Studio is stingy on tokens. That's good to know. Which makes me think we may have trouble getting on with the rest of the course unless I switch to the other Google account. We're also out of tokens. Yep. Okay, good to know. It tells me to link to. All right, folks, this is real life. I'm going to go now into my other account and use it there. You guys are still seeing my screen. I'm going to go aistudio.google.com and voila. I have not used up all of this. So we can try it in here. Best results at 1. Lower values. I'm going to go very low. Okay. And I've given up on that one. All right. Anyone else? Did you all run out of tokens? Interactive dashboard. Okay, so we have a challenge here. If we continue right now, it's not going to let us. It's going to tell us, yeah, okay. I was not expecting this. AI Studio build mode again. Intentionally short, you're letting the data file. So I'm going to demo it. You can try it again later offline. Recruiting channel performance. So I'm going to say, give me this interactive dashboard. And where am I? Also still in build mode. New app. This. And I'm going to upload from drive. Here's another drive. Oh, please, can't you just use the other drive? Okay. So instead of using Drive, I'm going to just upload from my computer because I don't feel like mucking with all that. No, I don't want to choose from Drive. I just said that. That was my mistake. It's the intensive. It's course 7. Sample docs. Recruiting. Blah. Yes, I acknowledge I have full rights because I created this document. So again, sorry you were not able to do this with me, but if you've got another Google account, switch to that one and do it there. If you don't, then unfortunately you have to sit here and watch me do stuff, which is not as much fun. So all it's literally doing is just visualizing the data you gave it. There we go. Select this design. Don't care. Pick a design. And this might be my fault. When I was creating this training, this presentation, I was telling Claude, yeah, I created it with Claude, telling Claude to create an example that makes sense. So it might have gone a little bit too overboard. I would suggest instead of trying to replicate this lab, do the labs from the official Google training videos. That is probably a better solution. And to find that, nope, that's a Fable thing. Is that it? Wrong one. Okay, I don't know where that went. Let's see if it's in my recent history. Nope. Alex Hormozy, that wasn't the one. Okay, let's go back to drive.google.com. And look at the attendee handout in there. We've got the exact. So if you go to this YouTube playlist, go use the labs from there. They're probably much lighter weight, I think. And hopefully your AI Studio labs will work better there. Wow, this is slow. Okay, the good news is this is the last lab. There is one more module, but that module is a keystone, which means you have to build an app of your own based on your own idea. So make a tic-tac-toe app, make a Chinese checkers app, all of that. Now, do you guys want to stick around and listen to a bit of a spiel on, okay, the usual, right? With the lab, you built it, explore it, draw boxes, whatever, simple stuff. Wrap up. Now, this is the one. This is your homework. Before you start, think about, is it part of a bigger workflow? And if you can't think of an idea, ask Gemini to give you an idea. Yeah? So then and tell it that it has to follow all of these requirements and then build your app. So identify the task. Oh, there you go. And they're also talking about basically going into Gemini to do it. I'm going to go quickly through that. You basically just step by step asking Gemini for the prompts and then putting the prompt into AI Studio. You publish your app, share it, drop it in the group chat. Now, when I say drop it in the group chat, we have in the attendee handout, we have the community, and I'm going to copy this and go back to my I use multiple profiles. So Someone who attended yesterday pasted in the Google Drive, which was very kind of them. But this is basically a community. So you can talk to each other or have a chat, like, lots of fun. Yeah, you can see some members have already signed up, not everyone. Rohan, you signed up. Thank you. And any announcements we'll put in here. If you get stuck, if you have questions, ask me. Come in here and drop in your question. So it's in your attendee handout. Just click the link and join. If you've already joined our community, then you might have multiple smaller communities. This is the AI intensive, what's it called? It should have been AI Pro study group, but run out of space. Okay, now the final thing, you measure the impact. Yeah, nice. So you've got 3 working demo apps today. If AI Studio would have allowed us to do that. How did this course actually help? Like, do you feel you can do the Google AI Professional Certification with a little bit more practice? Okay, thanks, Muriel, Pritesh, you both saying it's helpful. Now, one last slide. With more practice, I think. Yeah. For me, it was easy simply because I do AI all the time. Like I said, I mean, you guys have watched my trainings. I do consulting. Like, this is a normal thing for me. Anyway, so the way to get Google certified, here we go. Yesterday, someone in the class, I don't think Palak is here today. I kept calling him Palak. I bet he didn't like that. He was not able to sign up for Google Skills because he said it was asking him to pay. I think what might have happened is he had an account that already got that already had been used for a Google Skills account. Otherwise, there is a 7-day free trial. So here we go. First thing you do is you practice. You've got the labs. You've got the labs that I walked you through, and you've also got the labs in the official Google training. Definitely go through the official Google training and its labs because that's the one that the exam is based on, right? When I say exam, it's not one exam, it's one quiz, like 5 to 10 questions per course and multiple choice questions. So really easy stuff after you're comfortable with the apps. Then go to skills.google.com, use a Gmail address that hasn't already been used. It should be free even in India. Both Google search tells me that and Gemini confirms that. Watch the official videos, do all the labs from there. Take the quiz for each course, get your passing certificate and your badge. And once you've done all 7 courses, you will get your AI certificate, AI professional certificate. And then you can share it on LinkedIn. You can go look at my LinkedIn. It's actually on there already. Like I said, I wanted to prove it could be done for free, and that's what I did. I did it through Google Skills. And if you want to connect with Karen as well, she's on there, of course. And anyone else, if you want to drop your LinkedIn in the chat, please go for it. Keep in touch and definitely join the community. Hejima 4, yes, you must, because this is a Google certificate. So you need Google, right? They're promoting their own stuff. And to use Gemini, you need a Google account. So no matter what you do, you need a Google account. Most of us have more than one Google account, which helps when you're doing things like signing up for Google Skills or, you want another free trial of Google AI Pro. Really helps. So again, thank you all. There's still like 34 of you sticking around. It's been 6.5 hours of intense work. I really appreciate all of your patience. Go into the community. If you get stuck, ask a question there. Someone else will answer, or I will answer, or Karen will answer. And again, thank you very much. Okay, before we take off, what could have been improved? How would this course have been better? I mean, if I'd been slower, if I'd taken more time, it would have helped. But what else? Okay, you're all exchanging your LinkedIn's, which is good. And don't forget, on the top right of the chat, there's 3 dots. You can click on that to save chat. Thank you, Tatiana. You were so helpful chatting in here. That really helped keep me awake. And everyone, good luck with your exam. If you've got any feedback, either drop it in here. I will actually send out a feedback form. So please, if you wouldn't mind, fill it out so I know what to improve for doing this next time. I want to do this one more time. How can I save a chat? At the top of your chat, you see 3 dots, and it says more. And if you click that, the first option for me is chat, save chat. Thank you, Christina. That was fun. Exhausting, but fun. Hard to say what to improve. This is new. Okay, great. Happy to hear that, Muriel. And go back and watch the YouTube live if you need to replay this. You've got the labs there in your Google Drive. You've got all the prompts. So enjoy. And good luck with the exam, everyone. Exams. Basically, this should give you confidence you can do this. That's all this was for. This was easy, beginner level, not too complicated, and just practicing will make you all much more confident. Thanks again. You've had a lot of patience. You've been a great audience and hope to see you soon. Yeah, I might do this one more time in August or maybe even late July. We'll see. Bye, guys. Thank you again for all your patience. See you. Cost of the cert. Cert is free if you do it through Google Skills, but Google Skills is a 7-day free trial. Finish it fast in there. If you need to revise a bit more, do your revisions, do your practice, then sign up for Google Skills. If you go through Coursera, you have 2 advantages. One, you get a 90-day free trial of Google AI Pro. And 2, they apparently introduce you to employers who are looking for this specific certification. So that is helpful if you're actually looking for a job. But either way, and if you do it through Coursera, they have a 7-day free trial, but they don't let you do the quizzes or take the or earn the badges. So for that, you will have to pay, I think it's $49. At least in Canada, I'm seeing $49. I don't know what it's like in any other country. So pretty straightforward. And you went through all the labs with me. The work is nothing magical. Other than AI Studio being stingy on credits, we're pretty good. You will need an AI professional account, a Google AI Plus or Pro account. Again, you can do that by signing up for Google Skills or Coursera, and they give you a free trial. Google Skills gives you a 30-day free trial. Coursera gives you a 90-day. And that's it. I'm talked out. Thanks again for your patience. You've been a great, great, great group, great cohort. Go into the community. You can continue chatting. You can ask questions, and hope to see you there. Bye.